like you know how this goes.
District Championship tonight with number 4 Norwalk standing in the way of their title hopes. As boys tournament soccer heats up here at Shelby, where one of these two teams will advance to the regional rounds. It's live and free District Championship soccer taking over your eyeballs and eardrums anywhere the internet can be found, and it's coming at you. Next.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
It's back!
Our prices are really sweet. They're so big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Dulce, muy dulce. O picoso, muy picoso. ¿De qué tienes antojo? Seguro lo tenemos o te lo inventamos. ¿Te gustaría probarlo?
Dávalos Mercado Dulce Amor, 1350 Lexington Avenue, Mansfield, Ohio.
Happy Halloween!
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Shelby High School for the Charter Next Gen pregame show. I'm Brian Skowronski, joined by Jeremy Peoples. Tonight, we've got a very intriguing matchup between the kings of the district and the top-seeded Lexington Minutemen, looking to go to regionals for a 6th consecutive year, and the Truckers team that has broke through to the districts into the final, I should say, for the first time in about a half-decade, Jeremy. So it's a team used to being here against some new blood and players, none of them which have competed on this stage before.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see that play out today. The experience versus the inexperience. A lot of people love that experience, but I think with the inexperience, you kind of get a little bit of a group of guys who aren't afraid of what's to come. You know, they might have a little shell shock, but they're going to come out here hungry and ready to play, just like Norwalk.
Let's dive into the Trucker season as we'll show you our player spotlight tonight. And they've been really good in the tournament. They've outscored their foes 10-1 so far, including a 1-0 shutout of Mansfield Senior the other night, a game that we had live and free here. So you want to talk about momentum. This team, they're riding probably as high as they have all season, Jeremy.
Well, and again, you talked about it with Mansfield Senior, a 1-0 shutout. That's huge in this tournament. They're going to look to keep that momentum going against, again, an inexperienced but hungry Lexington team.
And the Minutemen, as mentioned, a team that consistently get here since Peter Tem has taken over the program. They have at least been to this point in the tournament every single season, so the Truckers will be up against it tonight. But they've got an anchor of their defense. I love what we saw from Mason Gamble, anchor in the defense, the center backer. 9 shutout victories for the squad this year, but a ginormous weapon for them. He comes up anywhere within about the 25-yard line on the football field. He can zing it into the 18. It almost works more deadly than a corner kick.
I'll tell you, there might not be a better goalkeeper's friend than having a defender like that can put it deep down the field.
So look for Mason Gamble to be one of those guys. He's out there. He's a captain as just a junior. He's a big body, certainly towering over everybody out there, sporting the number 4. He is going to be a big impact player tonight as the team's out at midfield shaking hands, getting their instructions, and they're about to get lined up, head out onto the field for a district championship match. Corbin coming into the huddle, showing some swag. This veteran Lexington club, a lot of seniors on the team, wanting their season and their piece of history. More on Lexington as we go inside of their team spotlight tonight. Winners of 5 straight. They've only allowed 1 goal during that stretch, Jeremy, but the best news is they've only given up 13 goals all year so far in 18 matches. And you look at the teams that they're playing, the likes of Ontario and Clear Fork, and in that OCC having to play Ashland and Worcester, and then outside of the league, Hilliard-Davidson, Rocky River. So it's not like they're playing against a soft schedule. Top-notch competition, and defensively, one of the best in all of Division II.
Yeah, it's always a nice story for your season when you can come into the district tournament, district finals, with some wins like those under your belt, and you're looking across the field at a Lexington team that you kind of think you can handle at this point.
For Lexington, though, we just learned a few moments ago, Nolan Stewart, their star keeper in his senior season, almost 80 saves on the year, not going to be available, not even here in the building tonight. Got ill yesterday, and he's unavailable. So that's a big storyline, I think, tonight for Lexington, Jeremy.
Absolutely, it's huge. And you look at a team that's as defensively oriented as Lexington, and you got to think that that's going to have some impact on the game. But I know junior Trenton Reed's going to step in there, and he's definitely going to be prepared for this matchup tonight. And I'm pretty excited to see what he can provide.
But our player spotlight tonight, one of the most electrifying players in all of North Central Ohio. We are going with the junior speedster, Will Perkins. He's got the agility and also a bit of an agitator. That's what I love so much about him. It's not so much that he's chirping and talking at you. It's just his style of play. He's so fast. He gets under your skin a little bit just because he's constantly around the ball. And this dude is just one of those difference makers, I think, that you have to game plan for if you're an opposing coach.
Yeah, and you talked about the speed and agility, Brian. That's going to be huge tonight. Norwalk, again, they've only given up the 1 goal in this entire tournament. And I think Will's kind of coming in with maybe not necessarily a chip on his shoulder, but he's kind of putting a target on the Norwalk Truckers' back tonight. He wants to break up that great defensive play that they've had.
Yeah, something's got to give. Both of these teams have been unbelievable defensively. A couple of shutouts so far in the tournament for Lexington, and over on the other side, just a 1 goal allowed for the Norwalk Truckers. Who will break through and have an offensive goal here early tonight? I think it could be very big as both these teams are lined up. And this is, I think, one of the coolest parts about high school soccer is the introductions. Everybody gets their name called. They save the starters for second, and then they run out and get into a big huddle. So it's unlike any other sport. I mean, volleyball, kind of similar what they do, but this one, it just feels like a little bit more grand when you're out here in the big stadium.
Yeah, I agree. It's a really neat sight, and I think it's good for the kids because they get some recognition, whereas, you know, during the game, they're subbing in, subbing out. It's a fast-paced game. Not a lot of time to kind of give shout-outs, so this is a good chance for the crowd to get to recognize who these guys are and put some faces to names.
And what's interesting tonight is that we've got a doubleheader going down, and the Lexington volleyball team also will be competing for a district championship against Norwalk as well. That was a match that was supposed to be played up at Seneca East High School. However, due to both of these fan bases wanting to be able to attend both, it's been moved here, Jeremy. That's going to go down at 7:30. I'm also going to be on the call for that one. So I've never called 2 games in the same day for different sports, and I don't know that this is something that's happened very much in tournament history where 2 teams playing each other for a district championship in 2 different sports at one venue.
Sure, that's really neat for these fans to get to experience that. And how cool is it that they were able to get that game moved just so these fans could experience that stuff with their teams? I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, I was half joking with the people at Seneca East after the volleyball match. I was like, well, hey, soccer's playing each other in this too. You guys might want to host. And they were like, intriguing, but maybe let's just host it over at their place here at Shelby, where they do have some beautiful new facilities.
Absolutely.
So awesome to be here tonight. Weather cooperating as well. The temperatures in the upper 60s, a little bit of a breeze coming through, but definitely if there's going to be a big factor with Mother Nature, that's all it can really be, is just maybe a couple of gusts of wind, because it's going to be very comfortable out here for tournament soccer.
Yeah, couldn't ask for much better weather tonight.
Great look overhead here at Shelby's new stadium that they just unveiled last year. And with this, we'll dive into our keys to victory, beginning with the top-seeded Minutemen. And Jeremy, with all these seniors out there, 13 of them, you got to think that the experience is going to matter for them.
It's going to be huge, absolutely. And you're going to see them use that experience in terms of strategic gameplay. They are definitely going to out-athletic some kids. Maybe not so many for Lexington, because we know they've got some studs out there, but you're going to see a lot of experienced gameplay, a lot of solid passing, a lot of good positioning out of Norwalk.
And we'll pause now for a moment for the playing of our national anthem. Time for the Star Spangled Banner. We're all set now for tournament soccer as the national anthem in the books. Both teams over in their respected huddles getting their last direction from their coaching staffs. Peter Tem, arguably the best in all of North Central Ohio. This dude gets it done every single season looking to go to regionals yet again. And my second key to the game for them, Jeremy, was to score first. I think that is for both teams here tonight. Whoever gets on the board first, I think probably is going to end up the victor.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. And it's, I don't want to say it's going to come down to sheer determination because there's a lot more that goes into it than that. But these are two really good teams. We're going to see them go head-to-head. It's kind of, putting a rock against a brick wall and seeing who's going to win here. They're going to come out here firing, and I'm excited. The crowd's excited. I know you're excited. Let's get this started.
And we'll now check out our keys to victory for the Norwalk Truckers, trying to come in here and make some history tonight. End this tournament run that is Lexington's prowess. They have been owning this district, and to do that, I think they just got to be physical and rugged out here. You don't want to be dirty. I'm not trying to say that, but there's a lot of fast kids out here wearing some purple jerseys. If you can get up into them, Jeremy, probably going to frustrate them. Got to play that way a little bit more physical.
Well, I know the other night with Lexington, Ontario, we definitely saw some physical play, especially toward the end of that, and I think we're probably going to see a little bit of that here tonight because, look, this is a physical game. It's a pretty serious moment for both of these teams, and they're pretty tough kids out there.
Minutemen in the all-purple uniforms. Norwalk in the white tops with the blue shorts. Trying to attack down the near sideline, and this is that pest I talked about, Will Perkins. Comes siphoning in, able to knock the ball away. So a throw-in coming up here for the Truckers, and our player spotlight. This is where they are most dangerous, it seems. When you get the ball into the hands of Mason Gamble here, I mean, look how far he chucks that thing, and with a little bit of a back breeze, Jeremy, I mean, you can almost throw it in.
Yeah, that was about a 25-yard heave there. That was pretty impressive.
Now a throw-in coming up on the far side here for the Truckers, and Gamble, I mean, he comes from a center back position and he handles almost all of the throw-in duties, which does draw him a bit out of position defensively, but he throws it so far that he's able to recover.
Yeah, and that's definitely a weapon. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. The drawback is maybe the positioning a little bit, but with an arm like that, he's going to overcome that.
A swing and a miss there on the clearance, so George lays it off here. A scoring chance for Lexington in the opening 2 minutes, and oh, great save. And a good-looking shot set up there from George.
Yeah, it was kind of a tough angle based on where the goalie was playing. He kind of saw it coming and came out to an appropriate depth and got just enough on that ball, it looked like, to get it out of the goal.
So our first set piece of the match, and it's coming less than 2 minutes in here. Jack Hebel drives it in low. Perkins got a piece of it straight up in the air and now laid it back. A shot deflected. Look at all these bodies in there. And it's going to be squeezed by the keeper.
That was a really solid save there. Dangerous plays there coming from Lexington right in front of the goal. You never want to see that when you're a goalkeeper, but he kept his composure and he stayed in there and made the save.
So 2 shots here on net in the early portion of the match for Lex. As Norwalk looking to flip the field, get on the attack on the opposite side. Slide tackle, no whistle. And now one will come in here late, and it's going to favor Norwalk. So they'll have an opportunity for their first set piece. And I got to assume here comes Gamble. Well, actually, they send him into the box here on this one. Nice,
yeah, it looks
big
like
target.
He's going to set up there on the far side, and you got to think they're going to be looking for him here.
This one bending back post, headed away. Defended well there by Lexington, as that was Brody Eric. Staunch defender.
Yeah, really nice job to find that one in traffic and get it out of there.
Great look on our Contact Industries Inc. replay. But as it sails out of bounds, it sets up yet again. Here comes Mason. Gamble with the lob, and it's too far. Brody's able to just tattoo that baby at the park. But it gets him about 15 yards closer to try to execute this again.
You know, that guy's got to have some incredible core strength to get those heaves on that ball. I know that's not easy. You or I couldn't go out there and do something like that.
Yeah, every day's got to be ab day in Gamble's house.
What a save there.
Trenton
Really well
Reed skying over the top of the defense, Jeremy, and finding out late that he was going to get the start with Nolan Stewart out sick tonight. So probably the biggest storyline that we have going here is the junior keeper setting in, and I believe I'd have to go talk to Pete, but I think this is his first start of the year.
Well, and talk about trial by fire. You know, you're coming in against a team like Norwalk that's been scoring like crazy here recently, and you know, hey, I guess it's kind of just a next man up mentality, and I think that's what makes a great program, really. See that one played out of bounds on the near side here.
And we got the picture-in-picture. We got Trenton Cam going. Keep an eye on him as Lexington trying to get a big throw of their own there.
I got to say, Trenton Reed down there looks like he's he got that first save out of the way. I think the nerves are shaking out of there. I think he's ready to go.
It's almost like they say in football, that first big hit that you take, it's like, okay, now I'm ready for action.
Yep, shakes the cobwebs out, I think.
Just about 5 minutes gone by here in this opening half. Winner, of course, moving on to the regionals. And that's all that Lexington's know. Every kid on this roster has been to regionals each season that they've been a member of the team. And with all these seniors out here, 13 of them certainly don't want to be the squad that ends that stretch. And they've got it done with defense. Well defended there yet again. And a late whistle here against Norwalk. So Lexington's going to set up here for the free kick. They'll have Brody handle. Booming kick. Hops at about the 38-yard line. Battle for possession in the midfield. Lexington's going to come away with it. They'll set it up through Hebel. And a dangerous slide tackle against Terrence Corbin. He thought he got fouled. Referee saw it differently. And now Hebel hits the deck.
Another couple pretty close ones there. I think we're already starting to see that physical play we mentioned.
I think this is the style that Norwalk needs to display out there throughout the course of the 80 minutes to have a chance, Jeremy. So far executing the game plan, and there you see again, you know, it's not dirty, just getting after these guys.
Yeah, you kind of got to get in their head a little bit and let them know, hey, we're here. We're not afraid of you. We're playing on the same field. We wear the same style kits that you do, and this is just what we're going to do tonight.
It's going to be Brody Eric again. Take it from about the 34-yard line. And he'll play it down this near side. Deflected into traffic here for Lotzenheiser. And a good-looking pass out wide. Poked away from Sanchez, out of bounds. And it looks like they're going to potentially call in somebody to try to get a big throw. Well, nope. Just get it in for Perkins. Does a nice job shielding off the defender. Now slaps it to George, and he puts it in. Dylan George with his 14th goal of the season off the setup from the outside.
Yeah, and Lexington kind of snuck that one in there just in front of the goal, and George was there. He put it through. He did not miss.
An early goal here tonight for Lexington. 3 shot attempts, all of them dangerous, and then George with the victory jump out by the flag. Great start for the kids in purple.
Yeah, and that was, I think that was intentional. I don't mean that these goals that come are accidental or anything by any means, but I think that was intentional. I think Lexington was looking at setting that up right in the middle there and taking advantage of a little bit of a soft zone right in front of the goalie, and Dylan George was there, and like I said, he did not miss.
we saw earlier in the tournament run for Lexington. Granted, it was against some inferior competition, Gallion and Tiffin Columbia, and they were scoring in bunches. 24 goals in just 2 halves of soccer, so they were able to piece together, a couple 2-3 goals in about 5-10 minute chunks. So we'll see if that momentum carries over here into this district championship. Do want to invite everybody out there watching live and free on Facebook and our main YouTube to drop us some comments. Let us know where you're watching from here tonight, how you're taking in the action, what your favorite player is, who that person might be. I want to know all the details. Just might make our fan zone, and I love reading the comments over air when we get a chance. As the Truckers with an excellent build up there, that last connecting pass just a bit off for Ben Snyder. And Lexington slides with the rock out of bounds. And you see Gamble, of course, this is his time to shine. The junior trots up, and I mean, he gets a running start at these.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be right in front of the goal almost.
It is going to make it there. It's going to be headed down. Norwalk handles, one-timer. Minutemen able to clear, but Gamble waiting on it. And zipped back post. Whoa, diving save by Trenton Reed. That was tracking towards the corner.
Yeah, that was a really nice one-hander there. And I tell you what, if there was any question about whether Trenton Reed is ready tonight, I think he just answered it.
Great second look on our Contact Industries replay. Boy, he had to swipe that out of there in a hurry. So getting tested here in the first 10 minutes. I think it probably does help settle the nerves. Well, easy for us to say up here.
Yeah, that's true. He's definitely got to have some nerves. I would imagine so, but he's looking pretty good out there to start.
Off the first corner kick of the match, Lexington able to clear. They had George out in front. Now they're going to slow things down. And Minutemen doing a quick swap out. So they'll get Lotzheiser back into the match. Sanchez is going to take a seat.
See Will Perkins lurking around down here.
Now Mack whips it down the line, flicked forward by George. Pretty nice execution, but defended quite nicely as well by Norwalk. Though it'll lead to a corner kick here for Lex. Jack Hebel, who's got 8 assists already on the season. And that one tracking back post. Found one of his teammates, but the header off target and out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he might have got a little deeper there than he wanted to maybe. They were really crowding the front, and I think they were looking to create some havoc and not necessarily get lucky, but maybe find somebody and get a clean one off.
So still 1-0 on our Directions Credit Union scoreboard. As Brock Cool with the big boot out of there. Now Perkins tries to turn towards middle. Lexington, nice spacing all around, crowding outside the box. And this is what they do better than most teams around the area, is just find feet, force the defense to flow with them, and then start to attack. Though a turnover here with Gonzalez shooting in.
Kind of looks like Lexington's looking to really use the center of the field tonight. You saw them attack a lot on the edge against Ontario. It looks like they're trying to work the middle just a little more here. They've already had some early success with that as well. We'll see if that continues.
Line driver into Hebel. Shoots it up, and Jose Negrete skies to squeeze that one. And the threat. Negrete also a great player out in the field, so it's one of those tough decisions when you've got those two-way athletes. Where do you think he's going to be best utilized here tonight? The junior, for now, in net. We saw Brock Cool, the starter the other night, against Mansfield Senior in the win.
And I'm sure there's some strategy that comes along with that, you know, who you've got against you on the other side. You know, like you said, is it better to have some presence in the middle of the field, or you like that, you know, big veteran presence in the net?
Gamble got a nice chunk of that one. Minutemen waiting for it. Now Husty drops it back. And a turnover. Lexington, though. Husty with a nice turn, regains possession. Now here comes Perkins. Minutemen dominating the ball control right now. And they've just got a nice feel for one another. This class especially, we've seen them coming up through the ranks. A lot of multi-year starters for Lexington out here from the senior class. And we're pulling in the fan zone. Want to say what's up to Rosemary. Thanking all of the sponsors. Us too. Couldn't bring it to you live and free without all of our generous sponsors. Matthew says, let's go, Trenton. It is your time to shine. And so far, he really has. He's looked good.
He has. He's looked, I would even say, great. He made that one-hander there. That was kind of clutch. You know, he wants to add to that shutout count. I think that'd make 9 if he gets one tonight. So I don't want to jinx him back there. He's already having a good game. We want to continue that, but we'll see.
I see Matthew Wadsworth, one of our longtime Norwalk faithful, tuning in tonight. Hello, Matthew. Lexington juicing up for a big throw in here as we're 15 minutes gone by. And they played a little bit differently than Norwalk does, of course, with Gamble having that unbelievable rocket arm. They try to get a flick on net off of their throw-ins. Weren't able to generate one there, but they do maintain possession. As Perkins, I mean, for a smaller guy in stature, he really does know how to use his body.
Yeah, he's got a lot of hip presence, is what I like to say, as kind of a wrestling term, hip presence.
How about that tackle, taking it away from Emmanuel Bravo. And now Hebel with the cross on the money. Just mistimed this. I mean, let's back it all the way up. Check out this tackle by Perkins. Ooh. I mean, Manuel went airborne. Good stuff there.
You know, we talked about the physical nature of this game, and especially when the emotions are running high in a game of this magnitude, it can get really tiring. I think it's games like this that really show you what great athletes these guys are.
Oh, they're going to get Perkins actually on this whistle. Dangerous play. He took a little bit of a bump to go down, so it's kind of 50-50. I think on this contact right there on the step through, but then certainly Will. I mean, he's got his hands out there around the ball. Referee determined dangerous play. And he's going to get quite a few of those tonight. That's kind of his style.
Sure, absolutely. And that's okay. I think that's what he's looking for. You know, he's going to let that play into the mental aspect of the game a little bit too.
Ball out of bounds, so of course here comes Gamble. A couple of subs also trotting on here for the Truckers. And getting a big applause as Omar Dominguez, along with Manuel Bravo, taking a seat. And here comes the rocket launcher. Good piece of a header. It goes in the opposite direction of what you want if you're a Trucker fan.
My gosh, those throw-ins from not too deep, they almost look like corners, don't they?
I think almost more effective than corners. He's able to kind of dial in and target right where he wants to go. Only the best of the best can really do that with their feet. See if Lexington quickly gets back into the mix. Instead, kind of slow things down, allow some numbers to start funneling forward. Conversation going on between the head referee and Peter Tem.
Yeah, sounds like the official's a little upset with how that ball was getting to the player there. I think it was mostly a discussion about speed of play, maybe.
Now Negrete, line driver right through the middle of the defense. Almost found his mark. Whistle's going to stop play. This one's going to go against Ben Snyder. Third foul against the Truckers. And I think a little bit of a tailwind here for Lexington on this free kick. So it's going to travel just to the outskirts of the 18. Knocked out of bounds by Roman Snyder. As we approach the midway point here of half number 1, if you're just joining us, Lexington getting on the board. 7.5 minutes into the contest, George with the goal. Beautiful setup from Will Perkins, his 9th assist of the year. 14th goal for George. Leads the team in that category. And just a gorgeous night here at Shelby.
But it's a great view with all those fall trees back there.
Oh, a scary view, I think, for Negrete there with all those purple uniforms in front of the net.
Very Halloween-esque.
Unfortunate that that caromed off a Jackson Pig. So Norwalk gets a chance here off the goal kick. And Negrete, another driver through the middle. Wind kind of holds it up. Flick forward off the header. But turned over back to Lexington. Boy, have they dominated the ball control. It's about 70-30 so far tonight. George keeps his feet. Plays it out wide. Snyder in a battle with Pig, who comes away with it off the double team.
It looks like a Norwalk trucker lost a shoe over there on the sideline. He'll slip it back on and get into play.
Now Perkins launches. He's offsides. Let's see. The AR right there. So Will called for offsides for the first time tonight. Minutemen looking to work it around the park. Too much sauce on that one from Erik. Gamble quickly tosses it down the line. Got some options. Nice flick to the outside. And the Truckers have earned a corner kick. It's going to be their second of the match.
I'm just now realizing, looking across at Norwalk's crowd here, they've got a pretty good, looks like a student section hanging out over there, I think. All there in the blue shirts, it looks like.
Got to be the volleyball squad, right?
I would think so.
And it's tough to see here on our near side. I think the contingent of the volleyball players probably right down in front of us, but it's mixed in also with some fellas. So just a purple haze just in general, kind of all flocking together here.
Love to see that team support.
See Aaron Brown in our fan zone per usual. Cheering on Lexington. Wonder if we're going to get a Josh Young sighting. Those two in our comment section the last couple of nights, it has been unreal.
I got a chance to watch, I think it was last night, and there was a lot of chatter on there, definitely. Love to see that.
Might have had to ice down his fingers from all the keyboard warrioring that he was doing.
The old burning thumbs, huh?
Yeah, it depends how you do it. Us old fogies. some pecking one digit at a time. And that last whistle going against Lexington, of course. It's going to be their third infraction. And Negrette's got a strong leg. See where he tries to put this one.
Yeah, he's going into the wind here. It's going to hang up just a little more than usual.
First point of contact made by Jackson Husty. And now Hebel through the middle. Had George tracking, but played out of the sky there by Gamble. As we'll get some substitutions. Zachary Turlow on for Lexington. Pair of fresh bodies coming in for Norwalk. And George getting a big ovation. He's got the goal so far tonight. Referee's going to stop play and have a conversation here. So Terrence Corbin coming into the mix, one of the captains, getting the directions.
Yeah, not sure of the discussion they're having out there, but the official definitely giving some direction.
Big clearance here by the Truckers. Got just one man up top. It's Gabe Hernandez. See if they can find him in the middle of the field. This is Erik Rangle-Negrete. Have not called his name. That was the first time tonight. And this is a kid having an unbelievable season. One of the leading scorers in all of North Central Ohio. 30 goals for him. Had the assists against Mansfield Senior in the victory a couple of nights ago.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. 30 goals on the season. That's putting a year together.
A little bit skewed. He had a match where he had 8 goals in a game against Clyde earlier this year, but against any competition, it is impressive, of course, if you can find the back of the net that many times. A program record, of course, those 8 goals.
I sure would hope so. That's a really impressive mark. I mean, 8 goals, come on.
Yeah, that's a season for a lot of kids.
It is, yeah. And it's, what, a fifth or a third or something of his season? That's really impressive. Sometimes when you're cooking, you're cooking.
And right now, that guy that's cooking is Perkins through the middle. Just mismeasured that one for Lotzenheiser.
Yeah, that was really nice angle on that through ball, but just had a little bit too much leg into it and missed his guy.
So off the punt here by Negrete. Going to be won by Lexington. And they've done a nice job through the midfield of just maintaining the ball. Been really impressed with that tonight, Jeremy. Their ability to force Norwalk to come to them, move it side to side. It's been perfection at times.
Yeah, and it has an air of counter offense, but I think what it really just comes down to, again, is positioning and great off-ball play. They're always flying around out there. Everybody's always doing something, going somewhere. They've got a plan. They know what they want to do, and they know how to execute it.
And that's why they've been the kings of the district going on for a decade now. I think a mishit right there from Hernandez, trying to flick it to the outside.
Yeah, that one hurts a little bit because I think they had numbers. I believe they might have had a 3-on-2 if they could have got control of that.
Oh, good-looking side spin on that throw by Perkins, setting up people on the fly. And Negrete with the save, had to do a kick save, hockey style. But you really got to credit Will Perkins. Did you see the spin he put on that ball?
I believe in billiards they call that English.
Definitely had some of that English on that last throw-in. So it earns him a corner kick. This one flies a little bit, and so does that one. The header soars. 6 shot for Lexington. They put 4 of them on frame so far. And that also their 4th corner kick opportunity. Haven't got a clean look at one of those yet, though.
I think as the game goes on, you'll get some guys that are kind of getting fatigued a little bit. And when you get that traffic in front of the goal, it sounds odd, but with all that traffic, a lot of times you find a pretty good window in between there, and sometimes you can't get a clean one off.
Perkins to Hebel, lays it back here. Now Mack looking for options. And just a possession game. Lexington playing some chess certainly out here tonight. Nice step by Gamble, made it tough. But the Purple men keep it, and dangerous play there by Oglesby. Good thing he made it, otherwise could have been Perkins one-on-one with the keep. Minutemen with numbers moving forward. Norwalk again ends the threat. Big push in the back. So this is going to set up a free kick opportunity from about the 31-yard line here for Lexington, and we'll see how many they send forward for this, Jeremy.
It looks like they're going to have, looks like 5 right in front of the goal there. Well, I tell you what, that was a little more than I might have expected on that play there.
Yeah, that was just a flat-out laser beam. So they go with the shot there off of the free kick. 7 so far in this opening half for Lex, who of course leading 1-0 on our Directions Credit Union scoreboard. Shout out to Rochelle Martin and the gang over there at the Lexington branch for jumping on board tonight. Nice turn by Rangle-Negrete. And they got to get this kid, like, he needs to start getting some of his Chef Boyardee on. He's the dude that kind of stirs the drink around here, and haven't seen him do a whole lot yet.
Yeah, and when he has gotten the ball, he's done some pretty nice things with it, as you see a pretty nice stop and ball control there from him. But I don't want to say that they have to get him in space, but Lexington's such a really nice save there. Lexington's such a good defensively positioned team that they're almost, maybe going to have to get him streaking down the side and get a deep one put down there and get him in space where he can kind of cook.
You saw there off that last throw in from Mason that it was actually a Lexington player that headed that towards frame. But Trenton Reed up for the task. And Norwalk has it stripped away here. Haven't had too many nice build-ups going towards net tonight. And they won't either right here, as Lexington just doing such an excellent job of moving it side to side. Perkins with a bit of a tough giveaway there off the pressure from Drew Thomas.
Yeah, you see a lot of Norwalk truckers. They're getting back on defense really quickly. I think they understand how dangerous this Lexington squad is.
Perkins turns away. Coach Tem pleading for a foul there. A couple of Minutemen going after the ball. Bit of indecision. Now Erik able to find Perkins. And he's just got such soft feet with those touches. But a giveaway and now a chance here for the Truckers, but it ends almost immediately, and that's been a big storyline for them.
Again, I've said it many times, the defensive positioning of Lexington, they are moving off the ball, they're getting in the lanes, and they're getting to a position where even if it's a good pass, they're going to have a chance to defend. It might have to be a great pass to get through on these guys.
Corbin comes away in the matchup with Negrete. And we see, looks like Nolan out there, typically the starting keeper, says, Trenton's got this. So how about that? Watching live and free tonight, sending in some good juju for the backup keeper, who is the starter, of course, in this matchup. And he's been more than up for the task 3 shots on net, 3 saves so far.
Yeah, that's really great. Cheering on your replacement. That tells you a little bit about the culture in the program.
Nice ball just to keep it in bounds here for Perkins. Give and go.
Nice little one-touch.
Fabulous execution. We'll see what Will does with it. He's going to go back post. Wow, he hit the crossbar.
Yeah, 3 inches lower, and that's a goal there, and they're up 2-0. Really, really lucky break there for Norwalk.
Just a gorgeous setup. Perkins, oh, so close.
That was a heat-seeking missile for that corner.
You see why Will was our player spotlight tonight. He's just such an exciting player, and you love seeing him score too. He's got probably the coolest celebration here in the area. Does a little side flip. So Minuteman Nation would love to see it. I know Norwalk Nation doesn't want to hear this, but I'd kind of like to see that at some point tonight.
You know, I'm kind of intrigued now. I would like to see that as well. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody do that. That's a new one.
Sends it in near post, kind of low, batted out of there by Dominguez. And now he'll switch it. Able to find Bravo on the fly. But it's been that next pass, Jeremy, that's been the problem for him. Once they get into that midfield, you talk about the positioning. Lexington seems to be in the right spot more often than not.
Yeah, and I think if we looked at that last interception there from Lexington, you'll see that even if had that pass gotten through the initial one, it was probably going to get cut off before it got to the next trucker.
Omar again trying to find Bravo. Picked off here in the middle of the field by Lotzenheiser.
You know, Norwalk's doing a really good job here of not taking plays off. I imagine it's pretty easy to do when the time of possession is so tilted in one direction, but I got to give them credit. They're staying focused. They're not giving up easy goals, and they're playing their game still.
Fourth foul against Norwalk. Sets up Erik, who's got that big right leg. Booms it towards George, flicks it, but Negrete comes out to handle.
And I also want to say, you know, against a possession team like Lexington, and they're so good defensively, it would be easy to get disheartened when you're down 1-0 so early. I think Norwalk's doing a really good job of responding to that, but I think there's a little bit in the back of every trucker's mind right now when you have a weapon like Mason Gamble. Anything can happen when the game's close.
Yeah, it's an excellent point. They haven't been able to produce much out of it, but as we saw in the semifinal match, how many opportunities in that second stanza did Gamble come up and really become an X factor for?
Absolutely, and the other thing is it only takes one.
Oh, great job by Lucas Stubb. Just eyeing that out of the sky. Slinging it out front, getting a possession back for his Minutemen.
And I think if you're Norwalk, you really got to be careful here. We're coming up on 3.5 minutes to play in this first half, and you don't want to get either too lackadaisical, and you don't want to be maybe overly aggressive, because Lexington's a team that they will make you pay if you get a little lax on the defensive end.
Little lax with that touch there from Jackson Pig. So it's a fast throw-in. Norwalk trying to get some numbers forward. Can they fight through the defense and get a shot? Oh, a lot of contact.
Norwalk's asking for it. I'm not sure if they're going to get it.
Yeah, no whistle's going to come here, but pleading the case. That's, as a referee, I would probably swallow the whistle more often than not in the box on a play like that, but as the player, too, with that contact, I'm going to throw up my arms as well and say, what's up?
Absolutely. Hey, there's no harm in asking. The worst they can tell you is no.
And they always do.
They do.
I don't know that
They
I've
do.
seen a call changed before.
You can't fault them for trying. A little bit of theatrics in soccer is just part of the game, I think.
Yeah, without question. I would almost require all of my kids to be in drama club or at least take an acting class of some sort. Find the best way to hit the deck and really make it look spectacular.
Might get some pro wrestling action there where, they dive down to the ground and give themselves a couple cuts with the fingernail and make it look real bad.
Yeah. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Pull a seat out of the bleachers in the stands and just start whacking people in the back. That might be a little far.
I'm sure in some soccer cultures they probably do have things similar to that. I know European soccer definitely gets really intense.
Yeah, that's a rowdy product overseas. That's something that I'd like to see with my own eyes at some point. Probably going neutral, not really wearing a jersey for either team.
Well, then you're going to tick off everybody.
Well, yeah, you're right. So I guess, you got to pick a side. You're right. Big has it deflected out of bounds off the foot here of Gonzalez. Lexington trying to go to work here. Short time, 65 seconds remaining. Probably a chance to deliver at least one more quality look. As Erik comes flying in there, needed to. Perkins kept it in, earned a throw-in.
Well done there. Norwalk's going to have to show a little bit of gumption here and make sure they keep Lexington out of the net. You don't want to go into the half down 2-0.
Another sidewinder, and it goes off of a defender, so big opportunity here off the corner kick for Hebel. We'll see if he elects to play it short or if they roll with it. He's got Max standing by. Now he charges in. 20 seconds to go. He hits it. Center cut. And Gamble. Big piece. Yeah, great play there by Mason Gamble to end the threat. As we are going to go into the half with the Minutemen on top 1-0 courtesy of the Dylan George goal, but still anybody's game competing for a chance to go to the regional semifinals. We'll take a quick timeout. We will be back here with our Charter Next Gen halftime. That'll include some stats and analysis. We'll preview the volleyball match coming up tonight between Norwalk and Lexington, and then get you all set for half number 2. You're watching live and free tournament soccer on the OH Report.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
It's back!
Down our street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is Panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Dulce, muy dulce. O picoso, muy picoso. ¿De qué tienes antojo? Seguro lo tenemos o te lo inventamos. ¿Te gustaría probarlo?
Dávalos Mercado Dulce Amor, 1350 Lexington Avenue, Mansfield, Ohio.
Happy Halloween!
We are coming at you live and free tonight thanks to all of our generous sponsors, including UBG Insurance, located at 214 Lexington Ave, specializing in Medicare health plans. You can stop in or call to review your 2024 plan benefits today. By Dulce Amor. Today, if you get one snow cone, you get the next one for half off. They look pretty good in that commercial. You might want to do yourself a favor, grab one, and then bring a second one for us up here in the booth, and we can probably all share it. Charter Next Gen, cutting edge environment. They are hiring now. If you want to work in a next level industry, they certainly are one here for Richland County. Directions Credit Union in the branch over in Lexington. They make banking easy. Check them out. Bring your money over there, and they'll help you find out what to do with it. Contact Industries, Inc. Check out all the different stuff that they have at their website down in the description link. And a shout out to Dan Arnholt for jumping on board with us here tonight. Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. That's better. And by Spitzer Motors of Mansfield. Check out their website, drivespitzercdjr.com. They've got a full collection of brand new, beautiful cars. I was just walking through the lot a little bit earlier this week and kind of salivating. I was like, man, I could look real nice in one of these new rides. So go down there, talk to the guys over there. They'll get you set up with either a new car, a lease, you can buy it outright, or also some used as well. Stay with us. We're going to have your halftime stats coming up in about 30 seconds. It's the Charter Next Generation Halftime Show here from Shelby, and taking a look at these halftime stats, dominated heavily by Lexington. You see 71% of the touches here in this first half taken by the Minutemen, and they've got more shots, better looks, just all the way around, Jeremy. I think Norwalk's a little bit fortunate just to be trailing 1-0 at the break.
Yeah, absolutely. And I made a comment when we got off the air right after halftime, or at the beginning of halftime, excuse me. This is not a 1-0 game. You have absolute domination in terms of time of possession, in terms of on-ball control, in terms of cutting off passing lanes. Lexington has surged several times. They've had some corners that probably should have worked out but just didn't. They've had a couple shots that were on that looked really good and just didn't sneak in. Norwalk's going to have to go back to the drawing board here at halftime and see what they can come up with in the second.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what type of adjustments they do make. If they stick to their guns, they're still just down 1. You talked about the fact that they've got such a premier weapon with Mason Campbell just on the throw-in. So it may be that they're just like, hey, we got to defend, keep it at 1-0, just give ourselves a chance down the stretch. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Sometimes it's best just to do you. Don't want to stray too far from the plan, because I'm sure that they talked about it the last couple of nights, how they're going to go at Lexington. And like I said, down just 1-0 here. They probably should feel pretty fortunate and that they're very much within striking distance.
Absolutely. They're going to have to put some sort of offensive surge together here, though, in the second, because I think looking at Lexington down there, they're ready for this second half to get started. I think they're smelling some blood in the water, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe 1 or 2 more goals here in the second from Lex.
Well, it seems like just about every year is the Minutemen's year here at District, but I think with this group especially, because so many of them have been a part of the program all 4 years, and then 13 seniors on the roster, Jeremy. I mean, you can't even put them all on the field all at one time. That's how many good players they have just in this senior class. But that young man right there, it's the junior, Trenton Reed. Big shoes to fill, stepping in for one of their seniors, Nolan Stewart, who's actually watching the stream tonight because he can't be here due to illness. And he stepped in, and he's looked pretty good so far.
Absolutely, and I know it's tearing Nolan up, not being here, not being in the net, but you know that he's watching Trenton out there doing his thing, making some great saves already in the first half, and you know that kind of eases the pain of not being out here a little bit.
Want to say what's up to Scott Hamilton, watching Lexington out there live and free. Didn't get a chance to talk to Scott last night out at the soccer complex. He was on the phone, always a very busy guy doing his thing. But basketball season right around the corner, and Lexington hoops. That should be a really fun team to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about basketball, but one thing I do know is I keep hearing about how Lexington is going to be the team to beat in the area, maybe.
Oh, contraire, mon frere. I feel like Shelby's probably the team to beat, but Lexington might be 1B. They play each other, so we're going to determine that on the floor, and that's the best part about hoops, is that there's so many games during the regular season, unlike, say, football or some of the other sports, that you can kind of play the whole collection of your area teams in the non-conference.
Yeah, you get a pretty good feel for everybody around. They make for some really fun environments in some of those basketball games.
Yeah, and I think especially for around here, Shelby, I would say probably has maybe the best cheering section. If you look at all the sports across the board, Lexington, might be right up there with them, as that's a good, dangerous ball. And Trenton Reed coming out into traffic, able to get 2 paws on that one, needed to.
That's gutsy. He's coming out pretty far away from the goal, and that's always kind of touchy when you do that as a goalie. You're giving a lot of edge to the goal. He made the save, though.
It's his 4th here of the match. As Lexington able to secure possession. George, miscommunication there in the middle of the field. Thought that Lotzenheiser was going to take a charge. And here early on, it's kind of been Norwalk with the run of play through the first 90 seconds.
Yeah, I think we're definitely seeing some increased aggression on Norwalk's end, but I think a little bit of that might be a function of Lexington kind of filling the defensive side of the field.
Giveaway on their build-up here, trying to finagle it to Corbin, but now Hebel off the takeaway. Back and forth we go. Ball kind of ping-ponging around out there. A couple of turnovers, but Perkins with a head of steam. Shot fired! And that's the second time tonight Will Perkins has just missed.
Yeah, and he didn't miss by much again. I don't think the goalie got a hand on that one, but it was just wide of the goal there. I don't want to say a missed opportunity, but, boy, you have a few of those in a night, and it's going to give you some heartburn.
Referee determined that Negrete did not actually get a paw on it. As referee having a conversation with Erik Rangle-Negrete right now. And actually a couple of different Norwalk players. So
yeah, that's number 22, Drew Thomas, out there getting a somewhat stern talking to, it looked like.
Yeah, it kind of felt like a lecture. And actually the head referee is going to go over and talk to the coaching staff of Norwalk as well. So this is kind of peculiar to kind of stop all the action.
Yeah, really tough to tell what they're talking about over there, but I'm guessing since he's over explaining it to the Norwalk coach, probably not something Norwalk's going to like.
And continuing the conversation. So I'm never a fan of this, when the referees stop the game to tell people how to play it. If you see that there's a problem, blow your whistle.
Yeah, that's the second or third time we've seen something like that out of this crew tonight, and might make for some interesting discussion in the referee huddle at the end of the game there.
As we're finally back to action here. Here's Rangle-Negrete winning the ball. Undershoots that pass to the outside, though, so Lexington gets it right back here for Perkins on the wing. Such a threat every single time he touches it out there. Bullies his way right into the defender and picking up the foul.
Yeah, and I think that's the right call. It was a little different from the one that we saw earlier where there was a little bit of pushing and shoving. This was just almost a football tackle. Just ran right into him.
Gamble, booming boot. My goodness. Tracks its way all the way into the hands there of Trenton Reed. And now that they've got that tailwind here in the second half, a little bit of a factor, Jeremy, no question.
Absolutely. That's a weapon against the wind. You add the wind in there. I mean, it's something that we touched on in the first half. Maybe they need to poke one deep, see if they can get somebody loose and make something happen, because their build-up offense has been virtually non-existent. They had a couple chances there in the first half, didn't work out. Maybe a couple at the beginning of the second half here, but just couldn't find home.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, and it appears that that's kind of the strategy here, is to play one of those big booming balls and see if you can't have one of your forwards try to run under it and make a play happen. Good pressure here, and actually they are going to win possession up top. See if Ben Snyder is able to turn it into anything. He cannot.
Just really, really good on-ball play there. That's number 6, Brody Erik. Making it tough to find an edge there.
Dylan George with kind of a miss hit. Goes down as a turnover. Now Rangle-Negrete trying to switch fields. Not enough heat behind that one. But it rolls out of bounds in front of the Norwalk bench throwing.
Looked like he didn't get his feet set there and just missed that. They don't want to say they might have had a great chance there, but they definitely had an angle.
Nice touch to open things up. Now they'll push it here through the middle. Minutemen, I mean, there's just purple jerseys everywhere. Truckers with some decent spacing. Trying to attack some gaps if they can settle it. Dominguez going to get turned away as he goes to the middle here for Erik. Trying to shake and bake. Picked off, though, by Lotzenheiser. And here comes the counterattack. They got George on the fly. He's about the only option up there, though. And Hebel getting tangled up in midfield. Somehow comes away with it. Oh, what a pass out wide for George. Turns in towards the keeper. He's going to fire for his second goal of the night.
Huge goal for Dylan George there. It's pretty early in the second half here, but you got to believe with the time of possession, Lexington might have just salted this one away. Lots of time left, but Norwalk's going to have to change something big time if they're going to get back in this game.
George with the perfect placement. Says, dial me up for the replay, baby.
It's almost an attacker's dream there to see just a goalie in front of the goal with a little bit of space in front of you.
And I think it was that first touch that was the game changer. Changed the angle going towards net. And when he lets it fly, I mean, but how about Hebel with the assist? I mean, that's just sick. Right through traffic, 3 defenders around.
You know what? Those through balls are something special. I think it's something that, you know, maybe like being able to hit a curveball really well. If you can put some nice through balls through there, it is a major, major weapon in this game.
So Dylan George putting his best foot forward tonight, taking a big step towards being our UB Insurance MVP. We'll see. It's still a long way to go in this one, but Norwalk, they've got a task that nobody's been able to accomplish all season. Lexington, the season high that they've allowed is just 2 goals. So it's been a while, too, since a team's been able to do that. You got to look all the way back on October 7th. St. John's Jesuit out of Toledo, a team that's in double-figure wins just like Norwalk. So it's a tough task here in this second half for them.
Yeah, and that St. John's Jesuit, that was one of the few losses on Lexington's season. And still just a 2-1 deficit. So Lexington's shown that they can hang with great teams.
Hebel again turns the corner, looking to set up George in front, lost his footing. And he goes down. I have to check on the Contact Industries replay exactly what happened. Yeah, it looked like just a great tackle. Good chunk of the ball there by Norwalk. He wanted to lay it off for George, and had he done that, could be 3-zip.
Yeah, it very easily could have been, but that was a really, really heady play and maybe a little bit of luck too.
Off the throw-in. It's going to make its way all the way into Jose's hands. And quickly boots it. What a kick.
Yeah, he really got a hold of that one. And, again, maybe the strategy is get one deep and see if we can get somebody in space or maybe even get a foul called and be able to put one in front of the net.
Whistle's going to go against Husty. Second foul this second half for the Lexington Minutemen. Truckers pushing numbers forward. 3 just outside the box. And they're going to add a 4th here on the strike. Takes a big hop at the 10-yard line, headed by Erik. And a dangerous play, I believe, here against Norwalk. It is going to be. And you see, it's going to be tough for Norwalk to try to score in those type of situations because the Minutemen, they just pack the box, and it just seems like they've got 2 defenders for every offensive player that you get into the mix. As Gamble tries to clear, it allows Lexington and Mack to come up, keep it in bounds. Pushing it to the outside, and a foul as Gamble went through the back of Hebel. Trucker fans not happy about it. I think the replay would show otherwise. Certainly a foul. Max going to play it short to the middle. Terrence Corbin waiting on it. And a missed strike for the turnover. As Norwalk trying to switch fields, getting it to Snyder. He loses the handle pretty quickly. But a throw-in coming up as we're just about 10 minutes gone by here in this Division II District Championship match. Winner moving on to the regionals.
You've definitely seen some of the wind get taken out of Norwalk's second half sails here. They started out hot, but I think that goal there, that kind of got in their heads a little bit. They're going to have to turn it around and make some better on-ball plays and get somebody loose here.
We look back at our keys to victory for Norwalk, and make history was one of them. They would have to do that certainly on the season, as we talked about with Lexington, only allowing a maximum of 2 goals, and they only did that, I think, on 3 occasions so far this season. So it's mostly been shutouts and or allowing just a single goal just about every outing. Let's see what they do with this one. Erik, a lot of contact. That was just outside the 18. And now a deflection and a giveaway. So the Minutemen clear.
Lexington kind of showing what goes into that, allowing just north of half a goal a game on the season there. That's pretty impressive defensive numbers.
And that's been their calling card for the last several years. Certainly a season ago, they averaged less than 1 goal per game, and the competition that they play makes it much more impressive. The OCC is loaded from top to bottom, and a chance here to make it 3-0 for Lexington, a 2-on-1. Hebel sets it up, goes back post.
Really nice try there. He just missed the post, but I think he did the right thing there. Instead of trying to pass it off, that might have gotten it cleared. He took a chance, just missed it, but you can't fault him for trying.
Yeah, it certainly looked like Dylan George was about a half step off sides, and he recognized that, pulled himself back. The shot attempt, though, about 2 feet left of the net. Someone wanting to know out there in the comments section, Greg wants to know who Norwalk basketball has back this year. Greg, I have been so busy with fall sports playoffs this week. This is going to be game number 7 for me. I got number 8 coming up in the volleyball match. Haven't paid much attention to hoops just yet. So give me about 14 days on that, and that's when I start really starting to get my encyclopedia of who's hot, who's not, who has expectations for hoops. But basketball practice, I think, starts next week for them. Does that sound right?
Already this time of year. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's here, Jeremy. Thanksgiving's on the way. Don't want to discredit spooky season. We still got this big weekend coming up, of course, with the trick-or-treat and the different parties. And I know that my wife offered to host one for my block party. 3 different streets are all coming over to my house on Sunday. But the worst timing possible, it's during the Browns game. So I've got a bit of a conundrum going. Do I pay attention to my guest? Do I focus on the game? It's going to be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, I think everybody will respect your decision either way.
Yeah, I hope so. I think if I just dress up as a super fan and all I'm doing is watching the game, aren't I just in costume?
I think they call that method acting.
Sure. Hey, I dig it. Might have to make it work for me.
The Jared Leto of Browns games.
Ah, yes. Great actor. Oh, my producer's showing me that there's some glasses out there that you can actually watch TV inside of them. So it's like I'm paying attention to you. I'm half looking at you, but I'm really paying attention to you know what.
You know, I want to say maybe we shouldn't have mentioned that on air. If there's any wives out there watching,
shoot.
We might have just blown up some guys' spots here.
Yeah, as soon as they come in with some real big shades. I've never seen you wear those before. Why aren't you talking to me? Nothing, baby. This header's going to sail wide. Jose tracks it down. And he's got a great leg here. Norwalk trailing by a couple of goals. Needing to make something happen offensively. They've got just one shot so far in this second half. Wasn't on frame either. So the Minutemen, their prowess has leaned on the defensive side of things all season long. They're going to have their hands full trying to deal with Mason Gamble, though, off these big throws.
Yeah, this is the weapon that we talked about, and these are the kind of plays that can change the course of this game if you're Norwalk.
And the Truckers starting to get more numbers forward as he zips that into the box. Erik, he seems to time it so well. It's a loose hole. Maybe the best attempt that we've seen from Norwalk tonight. Ferkel, the sophomore, getting in there, getting a shot off. And he was just right place, right time. You see he's just kind of hanging out in front of the net. It gets deflected right to him. Timed it up pretty well, too.
Yeah, he just got under it looks like, and poked it to the top right of the goal. And I agree with you, Brian. That's probably the best look that they've had all night. They're going to need 3 or 4 more of those if they're going to expect to get back into this one.
Instead, it's going to be Lexington breaking loose here with Sanchez. Rips it off the goalpost.
Yeah, he had a doink off the right side of the football goalpost there, just a little bit high of the soccer goal. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back if he could.
Yeah, that first touch actually bent out just a little bit wider than he probably wanted to. But the Minutemen, they've shown, so Norwalk, if you're going to bring a few numbers forward to try to get on the offensive attack, which I agree with, who cares if you lose 10-0 or whatever the case may be, you got to score some goals. But it does leave them susceptible to that counter-strike.
Absolutely, and, I'm not saying 2-0 is insurmountable because Norwalk definitely has weapons. They definitely can strike. They definitely can get back in this game. But, again, you don't want to go down 3-4 too early and let this one get put on ice. You want to give yourself a chance to climb back into it. So as the second half goes on, I'm sure we're going to see Norwalk getting a little more desperate and having some more animated chances.
Another shot, but you see just that purple wall built up there by the Minutemen defenders. And the referee says it's out on Lexington unless, it's going to be a throw-in. And so we've seen this time and time out. Let's see where Gamble's able to place this one. He's going right towards the front of the net again. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds here by Hebel, back defending. And it looks like Dominguez shaking up off of the contact.
Yeah, they banged together pretty hard there, and not sure if that was a knee-to-knee situation, but I think that was Will Perkins coming through on that clear out there, and I think he just got a piece of the Norwalk Truckers' leg.
He's back up on his feet, though. The trainer helping him off.
Boy, if you're Norwalk, you're really, really hoping that he can somehow shake this off in the next couple minutes, get back on the field, because I think he's going to be a huge part of it. If there's going to be a comeback, it's going to feature him.
Good news for them is, as we return back to action, it's going to be a Mason Gamble throw-in. And he's going to go long again, near post. But Norwalk, it's just so packed inside of that 6 that any shots are going to be tough. And we see Norwalk again just kind of airmail it out.
Yeah, it looks like they might be thinking they almost have to go top shelf with these because there is so much traffic in front. But Lexington doing a really good job of, creating sort of almost a picket fence. You're going to have to sneak one through to get a score here.
Minutemen from the middle, looking to work it through Hebel now. Draws a little bit of pressure, so he lays it back. Almost a giveaway here by the Minutemen. Get a nice hop. Able to recollect here. And now here comes Jack on the fly. Such a great distributor. Gamble gets in the way. And the big booming kick there. And our own Jesse Ryder wants to know, are those big kicks Do they lead to some fatigue out there? Well, he would know better than most. I haven't played soccer since 8th grade, Jesse, and you don't get tired, of course, when you're 13, 14 years old. But I got to imagine, as hard as Gamble kicks it, probably tire you out a little bit.
Yeah, and you got to wonder also how much of an impact those throw-ins have.
Yeah.
If you're the one taking every one of those throw-ins for an entire game, I don't care how strong you are in your core, that's got to be getting you a little bit tired.
Probably the shoulder as well, I would think. Another big kick. It's going to be played out of the air here by Lexington and now settle in the middle of the field. Nice setup here for Norwalk, but the pace of that shot just not what it needed to be.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, we've seen a lot of kind of weak kicks out of Norwalk, especially here in the second half. I don't know that that's necessarily from fatigue, but I think sometimes maybe you get a little antsy, you get caught up in the moment, and you try to put a nice good lick on one of these, and you mishit it just a little bit, and it can make you look silly.
Foot race to the outside. Minutemen win it. Waiting for some friends, perhaps, to get involved in the picture. Turnover in that time frame, though. Lex happy just to defend, get it out of bounds here, and allow more time to come off of that clock as we're closing in on the midway point of this second half. Still 2-0 in our Directions Credit Union scoreboard. Norwalk's done a much better job, though, of finding feet in the second half. Their possessions have looked great. It's just that these shots have not been on frame. That's their 5th shot. Only 2 of them so far have actually challenged the keeper making his first start.
Yeah, Brian, much better strength on that shot, but as we can see, it was just a little bit on the high side and missed out on a goal there. Boy, that, I think, would have kind of ignited that Norwalk crowd over there.
Any goal by the Truckers to put themselves within one of creating an equalizing opportunity, of course, would be very special, and seems like they're up for the challenge, though these counterattacks for Lexington, they've been putting a lot of pressure on as it's headed back to the keeper. And now they do have Brock Cool in net, allowing Jose Negrete to get out onto the field.
Gonna call a foul there against Lexington. There's a card as well.
So we're going to get a yellow card against Will Perkins.
And if you're Lexington, I think you almost have to get him on the sideline right now because you can't afford to be losing him on a silly, bang-up play in front of the goal or something. That's definitely somebody you need for the next level here.
They're going to get Jackson Pig into the contest for him as Coach Tim comes out on the field. Wanted an explanation. Do we have a replay of that? I didn't notice exactly what Will did. I was writing down some stats, but it seems like Peter not loving the call.
Well, and I think that same official there that just spoke to Coach, I believe he had a conversation with Will Perkins in the first half there. It was a brief one, but it definitely was a little animated, and I kind of wonder if that card didn't come as a result of a prior warning from the first half there.
Norwalk awaiting the restart, and here is a look. Looks like a full extension by Perkins. And perhaps you're right. Might have got warned about that exact thing, and when you have the same infraction a second time, usually the referee will be much more quick to the trigger to designate a card.
Also, I got to think Norwalk, I don't want to say they're getting an attitude or anything, but you got to think they're playing with a little bit of extra fire here, being down 2-0 inside of 19 minutes to go.
Seeing their season potentially dwindling away. Been knocked out in the districts. I think they had lost 4 in a row when they had got to the semifinals, breaking through tonight. and trying to get to the regional round. But it's Lexington with a solid buildup, looking for a shot. And they've got a corner kick on the way after Lotzenheimer able to play this off a gamble.
And if you're Lexington here, boy, wouldn't it be nice to put another one in the back of the net and really give yourself some insurance here. Then you can probably just kind of cruise a little bit the rest of the game, play some keep away.
It's the first corner kick for either unit in the second half. Hebel is their specialist on these. And he strikes in front of the net. Pig turned into it. Misses the mark just by about a foot. Second look on the Contact Industries replay. I think that went, what, off his stomach?
Yeah, looked like he was trying to hip that one in, and I tell you, that would have been a really, really nice goal if he could have made it happen.
In the second half, 6 shots for Lexington. Only 2 of them have been on frame, as the bulk majority of their offensive looks have burned by one side of the net or the other.
But I think you'll take that as Lexington. You know, not only are you keeping it on the right side of the field, but you're burning clock, which is exactly what you want to do when you're up 2-0 here.
So we're approaching the 7 o'clock hour. Do want to remind you guys that we've got live and free district championship volleyball coming up tonight between these same 2 teams. As soon as this match is over, I'm walking over to the gym, and I'm going to get set up for that one as well. So a double dose of Norwalk versus Lexington for a shot at regionals tonight. Very exciting for both of these fan bases, and me as well, because like I said, I've done many doubleheaders, 3 already this week, but of the same sport, Jeremy. Never done 2 different sports in the same day.
That's really interesting. You don't see that very often, and I kind of wonder how lively those that volleyball game is going to be, and how you know, tense the crowd might be coming after this soccer game out here.
Oh, and I think I just lied. No, I have done a Saturday soccer match and then did a football game that same night. Okay, just remembered that one. Yeah, I think that was 2 years ago, but now no football on Saturday nights. I was talking to the athletic director Pat Lewis about that, and we assume the OHSA feels like they can profit more off of it, but we don't know how.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That one kind of boggled my mind a little bit. I was not aware that was a thing. And
well, it's never been until this year. It's always been Friday, Saturday, where they'll have 3 divisions one night, 4 on the other, as there's a great carry in here. Oh, excellent step by Lex. But it certainly makes it much more challenging to cover all the teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe diversifies the coverage a little bit.
Big ball for George, but Gamble, boy, it just seems like this kid, he's always got the motor going, and he doesn't run out of gas.
Yeah, I don't know how he's doing it. Gosh, what's that guy do during the summer to get ready for the season? You got to wonder.
Probably just being 16 helps a lot.
That probably does help. But I tell you what, I've seen a lot of really good athletes in this area, and he's a pretty darn good one. I think, you know, probably doesn't do anything too crazy or flashy or anything. Probably just some good strength training and conditioning.
Good strength on this one. Leads to a big shot from Aram Sanchez. And a corner kick coming on the opposite side now for Lexington. And I see Keith Stoner jumping in on the comment section. Hello, Keith. Haven't got to see him in a little while. Got the clock stopped here, 14:22.
Greg Higgins, it looks like he chimed in and said that Mason Gamble is actually a basketball player as well. So I'm sure there's probably a lot of crossover in these 2 sports, I would imagine.
Yeah, most definitely. I know that there's a handful of hoopers on the Lexington side as well, as I think that one's off of Gamble. So another chance here for the Minutemen off the set piece. Well, Gamble's putting it out like a goal kick. it's been signaled that it was a corner kick. And everyone's confused.
Yeah, the officials getting together, talking this one through.
Let's see that replay one more time. Maybe we can help out. I'll shout down and let them know what the real answer is. Yeah, I certainly thought that this went off of Mason Gamble. But did it hit anybody else?
Yeah, they're going to call that one a corner. And it looks like they may be looking for some attention at the clock.
Well, Jeremy, time is of the essence with volleyball tonight, so I do wonder if they would elect to, well, my wife just texted me and said the 30-minute clock in the gym just started, so I might have to peace out a little bit early on you guys here.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Very cool of Shelby to host both. As it's knocked out, big shot. And Mac had a lot behind that one.
And another one goes just a little bit too high. But again, if you're Lexington, you'll take those shots all day. They're going to burn that clock a little bit, and they're going to let you get back and get set up on defense.
Truckers trying to converge on a counterattack, but it's been so hard for them tonight because this Lexington defense, that back line has just been sharp all season.
And you notice in this second half, when Lexington gets back on defense, they kind of have a triangle of guys that are clogging the passing lanes almost in tandem. It's been really interesting to watch.
Looked like a little wind held that up in the air. If not, could have been a beautiful ball. Two Lexington Minutemen tracking. Gamble was in between them. Made an excellent play on the ball, and now the Truckers again looking to get on the move back into the attacking third. And they'll allow Mason to trot up and get a throw in. This will be my last play of the night here on the call with you guys.
Maybe we can get some fireworks here for you.
Truckers trying to stay up here. I mean, they've got the 18 surrounded. Setting up for a shot. Nice carry. Set up to the outside, and it's a save.
Huge save there again by Trenton Reed. That's just gutsy. I mean, you can't say enough about the junior stepping in tonight and really taking care of business. How many saves is that tonight, Brian, for him?
I got him for 3 in this half, 3 in the first half, 6 total. So everything that's been put on frame, he has handled tonight.
Yeah, that's tough. You know, stifling defense plus a goalie that's just feeling it right now. That's going to be tough to beat.
And actually, Norwalk's going to get a corner kick, so I'm going to stick around for one more play here, Jeremy, until we get a goal kick.
Yeah. I think we might see something here. Norwalk getting set up. They're looking hungry. Clogging that lane in front of the goalie. Official blowing the whistle here.
I think there's just a little bit of contact going on right now with a Norwalk offensive player and the keeper saying you got to give him a little bit of room. They'll drive it in near post. It's flipped up, and guess who's there?
Trenton Reed with another clutch save.
Big one. Mr. Peoples, turn over the call to you. You guys are in good hands here with Jeremy. As Lexington quickly on the counter attack, going to be called for offsides. All right, I'll be talking to you guys here in about 25 minutes on the volleyball call. And best of luck to both of these teams out here for these last 11.
A lot of physical play there as Brian's logging off. He's going to head to the gym for the volleyball game. Wish him luck with that call. We'll see him soon, definitely. A lot of pushing and shoving there. going to be whistled. Maybe a hand? Not sure what that was there. So Norwalk here with maybe another chance. We're inside 10 minutes here. They're going to have to score quick. And again, that one's taken away with a really nice on-ball play from Lexington. Here's another good chance. Norwalk going to clear that out. So we'll see Lexington subbing a lot of guys out here. Just over 9 minutes to go. Getting a pretty nice ovation from the Lexington faithful here at Shelby. As we see them set up for a throw in here from the near side. That's going to be thrown down low, headed, but deflected out the back of the field there by Norwalk. So we're going to have a corner here from Lexington. They're just going to bump it in. It's going to be a little bit of a bump and run. He's going to take a shot, and that's collected. Norwalk goalkeeper doing a really good job there. Lexington clearing that one out, getting it back to around midfield. Lexington playing a little bit of keep away. They're going to poke it a little deep. And Norwalk going to try to bring it back down. That's going to leak out of bounds. So Lexington here with another throw in with about 7:40 to go in the game. Lexington on their way to a district title. But there is some time for Norwalk here. If Norwalk can get a couple nice little surges, as you see them take that one away. If they can get a surge, maybe put one deep in front of the net there, they could change the complexion of this game pretty quickly. But I got to be honest, Lexington is really a team that is built for being up 2-0 with 7 minutes to go in the game. Being defensive, having a great goalkeeper who's having just a heck of a night. They're going to be tough to score 2 goals in less than 7 minutes here. It's a tall task for any team. Very tall against a team like Lexington, as you see a shot there in front of the goal by Norwalk is going to be collected again by Trenton Reed. Really, really good game tonight. See a little bit of physical play there, and officials going to have a discussion. Looks like it might be Will Perkins he's chatting with again among other Lexington Minutemen. Perkins really drawing the attention of the officials tonight. But you'll have that sometimes when you are a player of that caliber. So we see that one fly out of the back of the zone there. Hey, you guys need some more Lexington versus Norwalk? YouTube Channel 1 on OH Report, we've got the D2 District Final volleyball taking place in just a couple minutes. It'll be starting up here. Lexington versus Norwalk. More Minutemen versus Trucker action. coming to you live and free from the OH Report. Kind of some physical play here as you might see some frustration boiling over from Norwalk. And you can't blame them. This is counting down to the end of their season. It's been a really good season. They coming into tonight 10-8-0 on the year. But it looks like they have definitely met their match in Lexington. As you see a bicycle kick attempted there, and that one's poked in front of the net. Another rebound shot. That's going to go out off of a Lexington player and cleared out by another Lexington Minutemen. And we're coming up on 4 minutes here. Lexington in control of this ball. That's Will Perkins. He's streaking down the right side. He's going to play towards the middle of the field and maybe poke a through ball here. Looks like. No, he's going to take it himself, take a shot, and that is in the looks like that is back behind the net there. Gosh, from this angle, it almost looked like a goal. That was really odd. I think it might have kicked off the bottom of one of the feet of the barrier back there, that yellow barrier, and kicked sideways. That was really odd. It sure stopped in the back of the goal like that was another Will Perkins goal. We're going to see some stoppage here. A lot of contact. I think we're going to see a card. Yep, that's a yellow card, and looks like number 20 for Norwalk. And that's going to be Jose Negrete as Lexington coach Peter Tim comes out to check on his player. There was a lot of contact there. I didn't quite see what led up to that, but the official sure was not a fan there. Little chuckling going on there. Yeah, that's going to be a red card for number 20, Jose Negrete. It's going to take him out of the equation for Norwalk for the evening. And I know he won't be missing the game after this one because it'll be the end of their season. But Norwalk faithful over there, they're really giving it to the official after he was giving an explanation to the Norwalk coach. They're really not happy about that, but I got to be honest, it's just one of those situations where you got to keep a cool head. You don't want to have these silly plays that aren't going to do anything but shine poorly on the program and on you as a player specifically. So we'll just chalk that up to a little bit of young emotion, and hopefully you can get that fixed before next season. So put up in the air and collect it again. And here we're coming up. We're about 2:44 to go in the game here, and if you're Norwalk, you're really going to just have to start sending the house here. You got to make something happen, and again, if you give up a goal, trying to get a goal here, you're going to live with that. You want to go out and show some effort. I don't want to say it's necessarily a Hail Mary situation, but maybe a couple Hail Mary situations almost. Yeah, stick around. After this 2.5 minutes ticks off the clock, we're going to stay here, and we're going to have the MVP interview and post-game medal ceremony presented to the Norwalk Truckers, and much more, obviously. Or Lexington, yes, as Adam, my producer, is so politely correcting me. He's very right. There's some some funky stuff that can happen at the end of these games. So I don't want to diminish Norwalk's chances here, but time is ticking away. And again, here goes Lexington streaking down the side. A lot of physical play, bumping a little bit. Somebody gets thrown down, and looks like that's going to be a foul on Lexington. And that's also going to be a yellow card. Who do you get there? Looks like number 14 there for Lexington. That's going to be Adler Hatfield. And you got to be careful there. There you see some subs coming on. So we'll take a look there at number 17, Austin Fisher, one of the OH reporters there. Great stuff from him, and wish him all the success out there. And I'm being told now that if Lexington does indeed pull out the win in this last minute and a half left in the game, Austin Fisher's going to be doing the MVP interview down there on the field. Or maybe up here. I'm not sure. Wherever it'll be. Probably down on the field, and really looking forward to that. If we get to do that, that'll be fun. Love to see these guys interview their teammates. They have the best questions, some really good interviews. As you see that one fisted up and over the back of the goal. Another save for Trenton Reed. He's just having a heck of a night. That's 6 saves in this second half here. As you see Lexington there, they've got a one-on-one. And that's Mason Gamble chasing him down. He's going to try to get out in front and prevent that from happening. You don't want any embarrassing last-second goals here. As you see George try that slide. It doesn't quite work as intended. That one's going to get put in front of the goal. George is going to try to clear that out. It's off of Lexington Minuteman, and Lexington just going to put that out of the back of the field there, and that's going to be a goal kick for Norwalk. So last few seconds here ticking away, 10 seconds to go. There's the announcer giving the countdown. The Lexington faithful will go crazy for their Minutemen soccer team, as Lexington Minutemen will take this district final a score of 2-0 over the Norwalk Truckers. Lexington going to advance, and opponent to be determined. But I have a feeling that they're going to spend the week prepping and getting ready for that game, and I think they're going to bring it just like they brought it tonight. As you see him down there having a little celebration. Coach Peter Tem, he's got to be thrilled with the way that his Minutemen played tonight. And you'll see them go out there, slap hands, say good game, show some good sportsmanship. If you'll stick around, we'll be back with some MVP interview. We will indeed have Austin Fisher performing that MVP interview, and we'll be right back with that. Stick around.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50.
See
That's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
It's back!
Down our street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Dulce, muy dulce. O picoso, muy picoso. ¿De qué tienes antojo? Seguro lo tenemos o te lo inventamos. ¿Te gustaría probarlo?
Dávalos Mercado Dulce Amor, 1350 Lexington Ave, Mansfield, Ohio.
Happy Halloween!
Live and free thanks to UBG Insurance, located at 214 Lexington Ave. They specialize in Medicare health plans, so stop in or call for a also by Charter Next Gen, high-paying jobs in a cutting-edge environment. Contact industry. Also by Dulce Amor, is by Mechanic Bank, County's only independent community bank. We'll take it now to your true
Now, would head coach Wes Sellers and the Truckers senior captain come forward to receive your trophy. Congratulations on an outstanding season.
Okay. Okay.
And now, we will recognize the 2023 OHSAA Division II District Championship team, the Lexington High School Minutemen. Presenting the awards Representative Brad Poole and Jeff Ashford, Athletic Director of Lexington High School. When your name is called, please come forward to present your individual medallion. Nolan Stewart. Trenton Reed. Chris Wildbecker. Will Perkins. Cohen Matzenheiser. Michael Togliatti. Noah Oot. Brody Eric. Jack Hebel. Lucas Dove. Zach Turlow. Jackson Husky. Iron Sanchez. Javid Smith. Dylan George. Adam Hatfield. Logan Harry. Terrence Corbin. Austin Fisher.
I think you're doing a little bit better than me.
Gabe Schmidt. Colton Yugovic. Trevor Manila. Jackson Pitt. Now, would head coach Peter Tem and the Minutemen senior captains please come forward to receive your trophy. Congratulations. At this time, Lexington High School would like to recognize head coach Pete Tem as Lexington's new all-time boys soccer coach. With tonight's win, Coach Tem earned career league number 158.
Are you looking for a solid career? Job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
It's back!
Down our street, our prices are really sweet. They're so big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500 during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Dulce, muy dulce. O picoso, muy picoso. ¿De qué tienes antojo? Seguro lo tenemos o te lo inventamos. ¿Te gustaría probarlo?
Dávalos Mercado Dulce Amor, 1350 Lexington Avenue, Mansfield, Ohio.
Happy Halloween!
All right, I'm here with our UMG player of the game, Dylan George. Dylan, you guys came into Shelby looking for another district final win. Obviously, you did your part and scored 2 goals. Kind of talk to me about how you filled in for injured players and got that district win.
It's just all about the next guy up. Cohen came in and played amazing in this game. It took him a little bit to settle in, but I think he played great.
Yeah, obviously you guys have another regional like you guys have been used to next Wednesday. Kind of talk to me about how you guys are going to prepare this week and hopefully get that regional win.
It's just all hard work at practice. We got to keep working hard. We got to keep winning. We just want to make history.
All right, sweet. You got any shout-outs tonight?
My parents up there in the stands, everyone watching back home, and that's it.
Congratulations, Dylan George, on that district win.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
It's back!
Our prices are really sweet. They're so big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is Panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500 during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and say.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Dulce, muy dulce. O picoso, muy picoso. ¿De qué tienes antojo? Seguro lo tenemos o te lo inventamos. ¿Te gustaría probarlo?
Dávalos Mercado Dulce Amor. 1350 Lexington Ave, Mansfield, Ohio.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
It's back.
Down our street, our prices are really sweet. You'll save big all October. Don't delay, just hurry.
To Spitzer Jeep Ram Mansfield, where every vehicle on our lot is Panda priced up to $5K off MSRP, even on new Ram 1500s during Ram Power Days. Scan the QR code now and sink your teeth into these sweet deals today.
Don't be scared, come and save.
At Spitzer, our world revolves around you.
Dulce, muy dulce. O picoso, muy picoso. ¿De qué tienes antojo? Seguro lo tenemos o te lo inventamos. ¿Te gustaría probarlo?
Dávalos Mercado Dulce Amor, 1350 Lexington Avenue, Mansfield, Ohio.
Happy Halloween.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to Shelby Whippet Stadium, as the Lexington Minutemen have just won the District 2 District Championship here at Shelby against Norwalk Truckers. A 2-0 advantage there for Lexington on 2 goals from Dylan George. He had 13 goals in the regular season, and he had 2 tonight, and they were 2 really big ones. Really turned out clutch for Lexington. As you take a look there at the stats on the game, pretty heavy advantage for Lexington, especially in terms of possession and shots. One thing I want to point out there, 10 saves, and those saves were by Trenton Reed, the junior, who stepped in for Nolan Stewart, who was out sick tonight, not feeling well at all, and Trenton really came in and did his thing. He was maybe player of the game B, I guess. He would have been next on the list there, but Dylan George was our player of the game tonight, and well-deserved. 2 goals in a huge matchup, district finals against the
Have you
Norwalk
guys all
Truckers.
watching together?
Hey, don't forget,
Matt
we've
Wadsworth.
got volleyball going on just in the building next door. That is also Norwalk against Lexington here at Shelby. Brian Skowronski had to dip on the call just before the end of this soccer game, and he's over there on Channel 1 taking care of the call for the volleyball game. So that's where we're going to head. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the action tonight. Really good game here. Lexington, again, bulldozing the competition. They're outscoring everybody 27-0 in tournament play, and they're going to look to continue that this upcoming week. And with that, we will sign off. And thank you for tuning in to us, and we hope that you'll tune in to that Channel 1 OH report covering the Lexington-Norwalk volleyball tournament game. Enjoy, everybody. Have a great night.